Hi, this is Randy. I wanted to make another video about life with a narcissist, covert, antisocial predator. This watercolor is a picture that I had made for the narcissist. I had it made by an artist for his birthday. So if you're wondering what you're looking at right now, it's a beautiful watercolor. Of course, he didn't care about it because obviously he didn't think to take it with him when we separated. So I want to talk about the narcissist's fakeness, their double standards, and projection. When the narcissist would be berating me and in a rage, sometimes his telephone would ring. He liked to talk on the telephone a lot to people. Somebody who really likes gabbing on the phone, really about nothing in particular. I guess it's another way of distracting him from his own thoughts and feelings and gaining some kind of entertainment from someone on the telephone. I don't know, I'm not sure. But he would be in the middle of a rage and his phone would ring and he would still answer it. Now, if I was in a rage and the phone rang, obviously it wouldn't be a good time to answer it because I'd be, angry, and I can't just shut my feelings off and, talk to someone casually on the phone. Well, the narcissist can do that. He would be berating me, screaming, and the phone would ring, and he'd answer it just very casually. His voice would change, hello, and then I'd hear him say, hi, how are you? And I would be looking at him like, who are you, the devil? How do you, just change like that? You're supposedly super angry, but this phone call is just like something that needs an emergency. You need to answer it because someone's calling you and, you're so needed. And then he'd be like, hi, how are you? Oh, that made me so angry. And I would, make faces at him like, what the hell? I mean, like, who are you? Double standards. He did like gossip, and he would ask me questions about things. I thought it was because he was interested in my day, or he would ask me questions about my, my patients or people that I interacted with at work. And I'd ask him, why do you care? And he's like, oh, I'm just curious, just curious. He was always curious. So I don't know, it seemed harmless enough, although a little bit unusual. So this way he would get information out of me, stories, and I guess entertainment. Maybe he's judging the people in his mind, or comparing himself to them, or trying to find out things that trigger my buttons. I don't know. But when I would ask him questions, especially at the end and in the discarding phase, I'd ask him, where are you going, or what did you do? It was none of my fucking business. Okay, so his questions are innocent and curious. My questions are none of my fucking business. Projection. Some of the ways that the narc projected onto me that was quite odd and jolting. He would tell me that I don't listen to him. That was like so far from the truth. That's all I did was listen to his ass. It was him that didn't listen to me. He was mixing us up. He would say, I don't do what he says. Well, actually, I I did a lot of things that he said or he asked me to do. It was him that wouldn't do anything that I asked him to do. Would not mow the lawn, would not shovel the snow, would not pick up after the dishes, would not do housework together with me, would not garden with me, would not do the things that a household partner should do, when he definitely had time, although he would say he was too busy, or, you know, any other excuse to get out of work because he wasn't getting paid. And the prince does not do work when he's not getting paid. He told me that I think that I can control him. Well, the only time I tried to control him was when I was caught onto his game, and I was actually trying to manipulate him in order to kind of relieve the tension, or to, you know, help his tactics backfire. But it was him that was controlling me. So again, he had that reverse. He was projecting that I try to control him. I want to know everything that he's doing. No, it was him that I had to be home on time. Where am I? You know, it's 4:30. When are you going to be home? When are you going to be home? Where'd you go? Sometimes accusing me of, you know, how dare I stop at the store after work and, you know, instead of come straight home directly to him. And then that I was selfish. He always called me very selfish. Anytime I thought about myself, or, you know, my own child, or my own health, or my own condition, my own sleep, I was then selfish. But actually we know that it's the narcissist that's selfish. The teasing and the cruelty. He teased a lot, and, you know, I guess at first I thought it was funny. He would say, what did the little birdie say when it flew over Randy's house? Cheep, cheep, cheep. Okay, well, this was, you know, funny because it was not true, but he knew what my triggers were, you know, because I am kind of frugal, and I don't waste money. And any money that I wasn't spending, you know, on him, or was saving up maybe for retirement, or for a rainy day, or for a roof, or, you know, some home repair that I was going to have to need, which is totally responsible on my part, he would tease me, and, you know, at some point it would enrage me. I would want to attack him. Another thing that he would say is, sweetheart, what would I do without you except have a whole lot of fun? Well, you know, we did have fun. I am a fun person. I'm outgoing. He's the one who doesn't want to do anything different, and who's ingrained in his routines. So, I mean, maybe the first time he said that, that was funny. But when I stopped trusting him, and then he would laugh at his own, like, cruel jokes and teasing, and then he'd say, oh, I'm so funny, I should have been a comedian. And I just looked at him with a straight face. I said, no, you're not funny at all, you know. But he liked to get laughs from people at other people's expense. The other thing that he would say, he was very racist, and when I asked him to do household chores, he would tell me to go get myself a tanned ass Saddam. Now, what that means is a darker colored man. He's referring to like an Indian or an Arabic person, because he called Saddam Hussein Saddam instead of Saddam. And he was basically saying, you know what, if you want a man to do household chores, go get yourself some, you know, short, foreign man that has brown skin, and maybe he'll do work for you. And he would constantly say that and laugh. It was just so funny. Go get yourself a tanned ass Saddam. And the last thing that he would say, is he would watch all these shows that had these another particular race, which I'm not going to mention, primarily as criminals shown in jail. And he would shout at the TV and discuss about how that particular race lives like animals. But they were fascinating to him. But they were so funny because they just live like animals. And we also happen to live in near an inner city where that race is prominent. And he was very racist and would use racial slurs around the house and laugh at it. But then when he was around those people, he would actually kiss their ass and act like, you know, they were the most fascinating, beautiful, wonderful people in the world, regardless if they were criminal or, you know, he was fascinated with jargon and with slang and the way that they talked and how different they were. But then behind closed doors, he's ragging on them and putting them down. So it was very interesting thing that he did there. All right, I'm going to end this video here, and I'll continue on when I gather some more material. Thanks for listening.